Very good afternoon, all of you. Uh, I heartily welcome all to the workshop on prototype or process the design and the development, the prototyping that is organized by the IIC, that is the Institutional Innovation Council and the Electrical Engineering Department of GKCEM. Now, I would like to introduce our respected speaker set, Dr. Pal Pandian P, who is a professor of robotics and mechatronics, Christ deemed to be University, Bangalore, India. He has 21 years of experience in academic as well as research and the administration in various engineering colleges. He has completed his PhD degree from Anna University. He has 32 publication. Is reputed in the ACI as well as Coopers as well as the UGC and the par reviewed the international journals. He has delivered 52 guest lecturers in various technical topics. He got granted five of the Australian patents and two of the Indian patents. Also, he was granted two Indian copyright. He completed 35 the open online the courses. He also guided the multiple PhD scholar named high speed hard the machining system. He is the recipient 15 just of estimated awards, and that will include the award of the excellence in case of research in 2021, best faculty in the mechanical engineering. He is a 5-par reviewed the international journals, and he is an active live member of the IEEE, that is the Institute of Electrical and the Electronics Engineers, the Indian Society of the Technical Education, that is ISTE, and the many more. Now, I would like to the request to our speaker, sir. Please start the workshop. Sir, please.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Rudrajit Datta. So thank you very much for your introduction. So first of all, I would like to thank our group of institution and this organizing committee members and the principal and the head of the department of IIIE department and the convener of this national workshop. So with your permission, I would like to share the entire screen. Someone please back me up and tell me whether can you see the screen or not. Mr. Rudrajit sir, is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible.
Oh, beautiful, yes, sir. Beautiful, beautiful. If it is visible, it is good. Okay, right. So I welcome all the participants for this national workshop on prototype process design and development. Yeah. Is it audible? Yes. Somebody is talking in between, and I kindly request the host to take care of muting others' mic. So you kindly please mute others' mics, sir, please. Yeah. Okay, right. Fine. So this session we will be having two different verticals. So someone please. Sir, people are keep on talking. Miss Amrita ma'am, can you please take control over others' microphone, please? Yeah, thank you very much. So today's session will be doing two things. Number one, we will discuss about what do you mean by prototype and what are the different types of prototypes available and what are the process design and development that is applicable for our prototyping that we will discuss in detail. And in second session, we will discuss how to convert the prototype into a startup. So we will have these two sessions one by one parallelly today. If you have any clarifications or doubt, you are most welcome to ask your doubts at the end of the session. Okay. So with your permission, I go with the session. So we will discuss prototype. So what do you mean by prototype? Prototype is a test or preliminary model of an idea or a design or a process or an interface, a technology or the product or the service or a creative work. So whatever it may be out of the 7 or 8 numbers. So in general, prototype is the test or preliminary model, right? Here, why we want to make a prototype? It is very simple. So the moment when you want to make a prototype, so here, yes, the moment you want to make a prototype, here you can use it for your business development, business process. For example, if you are an entrepreneur, right? So if you want to sell your business, you need a prototype. For example, if you are running a manufacturing unit, either product industry or process industry or service industry. So whatever may be the type of industry you run, if you want to get a more business or if you want to enhance your business, you have to start with the very small startup called prototype model. So I would like to make this the entire next 1 hour or 1.5 hours as an interactive session. So I will be asking some questions. I will be giving some tasks to you. So I kindly request all of you to take part in that activity. So we will start with the first activity. So here, what are the common types of prototypes you know, right? So I will copy, paste this particular, yes. I will, 1 second, stop sharing. Right. So I will care of, all these questions. I will copy paste this question in our chat box. I request all of you to please look at your chat box and answer to the question, please. Just click www.menti.com, right? The moment when you click, one landing page will open. In that landing page, you just type 2893780. My dear friends, I repeat again, just you click menti.com, right? Just you click menti.com, which is given in the chat box, right? And click that hyperlink. It will land in one page, landing page. In that, you please just type 2893780. These 8 digits you type. So it will ask you only one question. What are the common types of prototype you know? Can anyone come in chat box and reply? Are you following this? Anyone in, please. I reply to my question in chat box, either yes or no. I need, the participative kind of a discussion. Can anyone please respond to my question in chat box? Can anyone? Amrita ma'am, can you understand what I mean here? Can you please type yes in the chat box? Pooja Helter, Subankar, Kailash Kumar, can anyone? Subha, Raghunath, Sandeepan, Abhishek. Can anyone please type something in the chat box? Yes, no, like that. Jijendra, Deepika, Arpan Khan, Amit Das. Anyone? Yes. Okay, one. Okay. Okay, yes, Palash Kumar, thank you very much, because I thought of disconnecting the session and thought of taking leave, because I'm keep on telling for last 3 to 4 minutes. I did not get any response. Then I had a doubt that whether my internet connection is on or off. Okay. So thank you, Mr. Palash Kumar Bala, and even Amarta ma'am, right? So please click that menti.com and type the code 28937850, right? So I would like to share you the screen, how it look like, right? So the moment when you type, right? So what are the common types of prototypes? So that I will show you. So we'll see how many people they have responded to that. Yes. Can someone, what are you seeing on the screen? Can someone please unmute and tell me what do you see on the screen?
Yes, sir.
No, yes, sir is not the answer. I want to know what are you seeing in the screen?
Common types of prototypes.
I think I have to appreciate Mr. Dev Jayati, because he is the one responding to my question. Others are, I don't know any clue that what are you people are, whether you're listening to me or not, I don't have any clue. No problem. Yeah. So here, so many people, they have given so many answers. What are the common types of prototype? Someone, they have given a photographer as a model, photography, working model, 3D printing. In fact, your Amrita madam, she said 3D printing, and model building, sketching, diagrams, physical model, or even vertical structure model, data science. Again, someone has given model making, diagram, bridge, model of a building, physical model, sketches and diagram, online prototypes, right? So many people, they said so many things. So whatever they know, they have given given as an answer. These are the different types of commonly used prototypes, right? So when you see the different types of prototype which we have, so with your permission, I would like to go back to my screen, right? So we will go to this presentation. Is it audible, ma'am? Can you check now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm extremely sorry. There is a technical glitches. Yeah. So hence we could not, you could not hear us. Okay. Now, so with your permission, I would like to share the screen. And someone please back me up, whether can you hear me and see me?
Yes, sir.
Is it audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So actually, we were discussing about the different types of prototype. So here, my intention here is to bring it to your notice that unless otherwise we understand different types of prototypes available, we cannot go for designing of the prototype, and in fact, we cannot go for development of the prototype.
So before going for design and development of the prototype, we must know what are the different types of prototypes available. So in that sense, I was talking to us. Unfortunately, in between, there was a glitch in the audio. That is what I understand. Okay, coming to the point. So there are so many types of prototypes available. So more than 40, 45 types available. But here we will see only the top 20 types of prototypes. So here, if you are architect student or if you are engineering student, right? And if you want to sell your product, for example, you are the a project manager for one project of construction of a building. So before constructing a building, you supposed to show the architectural model to your client, right? So before making the actual building, so that is called architectural prototype. So nowadays, because of the pandemic, right, you cannot, during pandemic last couple of years, you cannot make prototype, you cannot meet people at all. So everything becomes digitalized, right? So you'll be sharing all your prototype in a digital form to your end client. Upon the approval, you will start your project. So the first type of prototype is architectural animation. So where you will see a 3D space of a building or a structure. So this you would have seen in many places. In fact, in YouTube, when you approach any builder, right, when you want to buy a house or a flat in an apartment, right? So before you go and see the actuals, they will send you a file of the the prototype model of an animation of an architectural style or design of your building. So I will play this. Yeah, you'll see this. So this is how the animated prototype will work, right? I think you might be understanding the meaning of architectural animation. Okay. Now the second type of prototype is called concept art. So before making any movie, before writing a complete comic book, or before making or designing a video game, so the people they will use this kind of prototype is nothing but what? Concept art. So the concept art in each and every frame, what are the characters, what are the the surrounding, how it look like, what are the parameters that is involved, everything will be captured, right? So for example, you take the second picture where you can see one animated movie from a Hollywood screenshot where you can see hero and heroine sitting on the table bench and they are looking the rest of the world. So the rest of the world, how it look like? So it is an imaginary, the painting kind of stuff, right? And if you want to develop a video game, right? So in your video game, so what are the characters and what are the character of characters and the color, design, model, everything will be captured. So that is called concept art. So the concept art is nothing but one type of a prototype, right? And for example, when you see the last photograph, it is the picture of the structure. So before making the entire complete structure, how it look like? So what is the concept? So that they will make an art, they will draw on by using any software or by using freehand sketch, they will make. So that is called concept art. So the third one is demo. This, many times you would have seen wherever you go for any exhibitions, you may have a dedicated counter as a demo counter. So for example, for songs or films or visual design or game or business application, so you will see a demo counter in, any of the, what you call it, exhibitions when you go, working principle, how it works. So they will bring a small prototype and they will show you the demonstration, how it is working, right? So demo is the third type of prototype model. Then fourth type of prototype model is evolutionary prototype. So here evolutionary prototype, for example, that will be made only once, right? That will be the highest, the top end design in that particular model. That is called evolutionary prototype. So I have shown one picture. This is a super car. We call it as concept car. Can anyone tell me what is the brand of this car in chat box? Can anyone tell me what is the brand of this concept car? Can anyone come in chat box and tell me? Or someone please unmute and tell me what is this brand of this car? I'm not getting anything. What is the brand of this concept car? I'm typing in chat box also. Can anyone? It is very easy to guess. Can someone guess it? Am I audible? Again, I have a doubt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you, madam. Ferrari is the right answer. Dilip Das. You are very, very correct. So here, evolutionary prototype means they will make only once. By including all types of features, they will make one car that is called concept car. So that will be developed by, that will be the future car. So you can see in the middle of the car as a design of a Ferrari, symbol of a Ferrari, right? A horse rising is first couple of legs. So that is a symbol of a Ferrari car. So thank you, sir. And can someone tell me what is this brand of concept car in chat box? The second picture. Second picture. First one was told by Mr. Dilip Das. It is very, very correct. The second one, what is the brand of the second?
Mercedes.
Fantastic, sir. Mercedes-Benz. We call it as Mercedes-Benz. Beautiful. So now you can see that this kind of concept car you might have not seen on road. It is not on road. You see the wheels, you might have not seen any folks or even what do you call it as the alloy. And this wheel is differently designed. So that is a different concept. That is called evolutionary prototype. Okay. Then third one, can someone please name it? What is the name of the car? Rather name of the car. What is the brand of this car? Third picture. I will check the Ferrari. Yeah, that is F80.
Lamborghini.
Oh, thank you very much. The third one is Lamborghini. That's the right answer. So these cars are not produced in mass. It is not available in mass production. They will make only one by including all the features combined together in a single car. So that is called evolutionary prototype. Fourth one, everybody knows. Can tell me what is this brand? I have already kept it on the top of the picture. So now everyone they are moving to EV. It is not a BMW, Miss Aditya Halter. No. What's the last one? Name is there on the picture. So everyone
Honda.
they are moving to EV, electric vehicle, right? So what is this name of the brand? It is called Honda. Yes, correct. So Honda, that's the right answer, Dilip Das sir. Thank you very much. So they are also ventured into EV. So this kind of the advanced models or the cars, we call it as evolutionary prototype, right? And the fifth type of prototype is form study. And this every one of you would have come across. So here, if you want to make a model with a different shape, different size, different forms, and different appearance, right? So they will make a smaller one, like especially for architecture students, they will come with this form study. So after making this form, they will check the quality of the form or the shape or the size or the object, right? So these are called, the form study. What could be the maximum load carrying capacity of this structure, right? And for this object. So everything they will study. So this is fifth type of prototype, form study. Then the sixth type is functional prototype. So it is very close to the end result, functionality. For example, rightly said by our ma'am, 3D printing. For example, what you see here, you are seeing a robotic arm, but it is not the actual robotic arm. It is made out of some plastic. But how it works as an end effector. Okay, it works as an end effector. You can see the jaw or fingers, right? And here, the second picture, you can see that there is a circuit board. It is on your wrist, right? And the moment when you move your thumb and pointing finger or your middle finger or smaller finger, so it will capture the movements from your fingers. Based on that, some animations will be happening on the other end of the computers. So this kind of a prototype, it directly reflects on your functions. So hence we call these kind of prototypes as functional prototype, right? Then if you are computer science students, you are very well known about this kind of prototype. It is like a flow or the structure, right? Or flow diagram. Might be the one which I'm showing you, what you are seeing in the screen. It is a vertical prototype from the start to end. If you want to make some model, and if you have all these, what do you call interface, right, from top to bottom, then it is called vertical prototype. If it is drawn in the horizontal wise, like a project network diagram, histogram, right? So our fishbone diagram. So that is called horizontal prototype. Okay. Then eighth one is low fidelity. This everybody we would have done when we are a small kid. For example, you belongs to EEE department. If any one of you want to become a OS developer, operating system developer, might be iOS or Android or Windows or Ubuntu, whatever may be the different types of OS. If you are developing a OS for a mobile, right? If you are developing a OS for a mobile, so for example, in this mobile, right? So the moment when you open up the message, right? When you open up the message app, the moment when you open up the message app, so what are the items that must be reflected on the screen within the boundary, right? So that will be detailed. For example, sender name, sender, the picture, time, message, and the response, either forward or reply or delete or save. So all those things. So those are called responses. And settings, whether you want to keep the chat box name or message search or presentation menu or keyboard. So whatever it want to be appeared, that has to be reflected on the same page. So this kind of prototype is called low fidelity prototype for software engineers. Okay. Then this word MVP is the buzzword in all industries, especially if you are a EEE students. If you want to become an entrepreneur or if you want to take your profession in research and development, especially product development, this word minimum viable product, MVP, is a buzzword. So this is another type of prototype, right? It is made with respect to the customer's option as a tool of market research. So for example, you would have say, I think all people in this list, around 50 plus students or the participants, including process, might be using a mobile phone. So in each and every OS operating system release, right, you might heard or you might be knowing it. It is called beta version, alpha version, gamma version, right? So the beta version is the release before the final version, right? For example, I'm using iPhone. So in that iPhone, 15.54 is the latest version. So iOS 16 is coming up. it is not released to all end users. It is released to the, the developers as beta release. So they will install that iOS 16 in their device, and they will, check the stability of the OS and the functionality of the OS and the features of the OS, and if there is any bug in the OS. So that they will check. That is called beta version. So this beta version release will be done before the final launch of the OS. So those are called minimum viable product, one type of a prototype. Then this mock-up, everyone knows that, right? So here it is a broad category of a prototype. For example, if you are making one, designing one, website. So the moment when you write either HTML code or XML code, how your, website landing page should look like. So what are the items you must, have on the web page? That is called mock-up. So for example, you should have a menu, you should have a capturing word, you should have a highlighting word, you should have a picture. So then only anyone who searches by using the keyword, that keyword will take them to your landing page. So that is called mock-up prototype. And the second picture, what you see is a race car. So the profile of the race cars are designed and fabricated based on the simulation. Most of the time, the simulations are taken care by a computer, right? There are so many softwares. So instead of, making the simulation on the computers, in live, offline, they will make the simulation. So instead of keeping the actual car in the wind tunnel, they will keep the prototype car on the wind tunnel, and they will conduct the experiments. And those values will be transferred to a software. So these are called mock-up prototype. Then come paper prototype. I'm very sure that when we are kids, we would have made this, how things look like, design. For example, this is like, computer. So by using a cardboard or a paper, we will make some design. So we will have something in our brain as an idea. So that will come as the model design by means of paper. For example, you take a mobile phone. So only the cardboard, the boundaries are cut. Inside the, instead of scrolling, you will keep the paper, right? So these are called what? Paper type prototype, right? Then POC, this is another buzzword in all industries. So before you finally make your product, you have to go for POC. There are many processes in the POC. First one is free confidential consumption, definition phase and development phase, and comes proof of concept launch phase before you make the product. So this is another type of a prototype. Then rapid prototyping. So rightly said by Amrita ma'am, yes, it is like a additive manufacturing, 3D printing. So before making the actuals, they will make the miniature of the model, right? With the help of a 3D printing. In the right side, you can see that there is a very big gigantic structure if you want to make. Instead of making the gigantic structure in real life case, they will make the physical object by using 3D printed with the help of a computer aided drawing or diagram or design. Okay, so this is called rapid prototyping. It is very, very, hot in additive manufacturing industry. Okay, then comes a scale model. For example, if you want to buy any apartment, before buying an apartment, you may be having a scale model like this, right? Wherever you go for any exhibition or any sightseeing of an apartment, this they will convince the customer by showing this scale model. This is called reduced scale. Actually, for example, if you have 10 floors of a multi-storied apartment, if you want to buy either 1 or 2 flats, you will go for model house, right? So model house is the actual house, right? They will show you. But here in the scale model, before they build, before they construct, right? They will show you the scale model, how this elevation look like, right? So this is, for example, the second picture, what you see is a scale model of a aeroplane. And see here, the scale model of a car. Before they manufacture the car, they will make the scale model. So how it look like? Whether it attractive? Front view, side view, rear view, everything they will look into that. So this is called scale model. Then comes simulation. See, most of the mechanical engineers, electronics communication engineers, you must be knowing about this simulation. So you use different softwares. For example, what is the pressure, temperature, flow, right, across the fins, across the model. That everything you will understand by means of simulation by using some simulation software. This is another type of a prototype. Then sports prototype, that everybody knows that, the sports car. Then static prototype, right? And it is all functional. In fact, it is no hard code. Those are called static prototype. Then storyboard. For example, this is another type of a prototype. In any movie, right, from start to end, especially the animation movie. So what are the characters, how they behave, what is the scene, everything is graphically represented. So that is called storyboard prototype. Then comes a throwaway prototype. So it will be made by means of the papers or cardboard, right? So these are called throwaway prototype. The second picture, what do you see? It is an computer operated robotic arm, right? So in this computer operated robotic arm, how it look like? They have made it like with the help of a cardboard, right? So they made it. So that will be the primary stage in the prototype. So then comes the last one, wireframe model of a prototype. So here the same example which I gave you for iOS or Android or what do you call Windows operating system for phone, right? So this is the fifth wheel of UX design process, right? It is a skeleton of a framework, right? So now you understand that so many types of prototype. So before going for design and fabrication of those prototype, you must know prototype inspection. What do you mean by prototype inspection? A prototype is an earlier sample or model or the release of the product built to test a concept or the process, right? So that is called prototype inspection. So we are going for checking the design and electronic components and software programming. So those are called inspection, right? So then what do you mean by validation? It is very simple. So we are determining whether the prototype, what we have done, is it figured out how, what we expected? Is it at par with our expectation? That is called validation, right? So how to validate your product idea? We have some 5 steps. It is very easy and simple. First and foremost, you have to create a prototype. You know how to create a prototype, and varieties of types of prototypes available. Then you have to work with that prototype, either direct or indirect experimental method. Then third one, you have to watch and listen the entire outcome of your prototype. And you have to ask question yourself, whether whatever the input we have given and we have taken to some process and we have obtained some output, whether those outputs are coincides with our expectation. So that questions we have to ask. Then again, we have to evaluate, right? So these are the 5 different steps to validate your product idea. Okay. Now, so how to create a prototype? It is very simple. The different types of prototype, and you can easily create a prototype, and you can directly work on the prototype. That is also simple. And third one, you have to watch and listen how it works during the testing of the prototype, and you will take some output. And fourth one, you have to ask questions whether the prototype is too expensive or it is very cheap, too cheap, or moderate price or expensive price. So all those things you have to check by taking consideration of your co-worker or the friends or the parents or the relatives or the end users. So then finally you have to evaluate your prototype. Now here I have one interesting question to all of you. How to make a prototype that will get investors to fund your startup? So normally we want to make a prototype? See, we want to make a prototype to show to our investors. So this is the model I have. Either if you want to start your software company means you will have some prototype in terms of, the programming languages. You would have scripted something. You might have taken a micro level module. So that is called what? A prototype. For example, if a mechanical engineering student, you want to start one manufacturing unit. So before, starting the manufacturing unit, you need money, you need investors to fund your startup. So how this prototype will help you to fund your startup? Can someone, I will stop sharing this. I will post this question in chat box and you can answer to me, my dear friends. Yeah. With your permission, I stop sharing it. Yes. With your permission, I stop sharing. So I'm copying the same thing and I'm giving it in chat box. Just click menti.com and use the code 963888618. Right? So I repeat, my dear friends, please check your chat box. There is one hyperlink, menti.com. Click that hyperlink. It will take you to a landing page. In that you have to type 96388618. Right? So again, I will share the screen. Yeah. Someone, can you please tell me, can you say what do you see on the screen? Anyone please unmute or give the response in chat box. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you, madam. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. I kindly request all of you to please check your chat box, right, and respond to that question. I will directly go to that chat box. How it look like? Yes, one second.
ছাগলের বাচ্চাগুলোকে আজকে লিঙ্কটাও দেবে না তখন থেকে এক জিনিস
Yeah, someone is talking. You're most welcome. Yes. So I am projecting this.
Hello, Shayan Boshak. Do you have any question?
No, I'm happy to take questions. So you can take we can take the question at the end, ma'am. No problem. I will spend more time on question and answer session. I'm really happy to take your questions, all of your questions. And please go to your chat box and read the question, how to make a prototype that will get investors to fund your startup. That is the question asked. You can just click menti.com and it will take you to a page. In that you have to enter 96388618. I repeat, you have to type 96388618 and your answer will be added along with this. Oh, someone has given, very nice. Yes, testing how to prototype and eco-friendly prototype, own resource, better future. The look of prototypes, fine, nice, good, very nice. Paper versus digital prototype, scalable, best points, cost check, optimizing. There are so many, answers I'm getting. So I will give one more minute time. You please give your answer. Yes, I could see one answer in the chat box. Mrinal Kanti shared something, menti.com code. Yeah. So we got another response. Very nice. Oh, another response. Very nice. Really, I'm very happy, to see. Oh, very nice, your responses. So the screen is keep on, becoming colorful. Anindya Haldar, definitely please keep your question with you. We will discuss your question at the end. Don't worry. Don't worry. I will take your question at the end. Don't worry. Yes. Yes. Any more answer? How will you get investment? How will you make your prototype that will get investors to fund your startup? That is the question. We got so many answers, and all answers are fascinating and very interesting answers. Someone, they said nice prototype, good prototype, very good prototype. Someone, they said paper versus digital prototype. Yes, that is true. Nowadays, you cannot meet people during COVID situation. You cannot come out of home or come out of business. So everything is digitalized, right? And someone, they have given answer, attract customers. Good. Someone, they put minimum cost. I like it. Someone, they put quality. Someone, they put money, right? And someone put, more attributes. Someone, they put optimize. Someone, they give an answer like should be profitable. Yes, should be profitable. So I could see those answers. Profitable. And I will wait for one more minute. Yes. Wait for one more minute. Yes. "38 people, they have given responses." Okay, right. So we will go to the presentation mode. Yeah. And I would like to go back to the presentation. Okay, can you see the presentation slide? Anyone, can you please respond, my dear? My dear students, the participants, can anyone back me up? Can you tell me what you see on the screen? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you, madam. Very nice to hear your responses. So here, there are so many methods by which you can attract your investors to fund your startup. If you want to make your prototype into a development stage, when you want to make it. So when will you develop your prototype? If you want to develop your prototype, if you want to do research on your prototype, you need money, right? So what is prototyping, and why should the startup should take care of the prototyping? So here, prototyping is the entire brain, child, your idea, right? So that will, convince the investors to fund your startup, right? So here I will give you another question. How do you convert your prototype into startup? So everybody knows that there are so many ways are available to convert your prototype into a startup. So here, the first one, you have to build your prototype and you have to listen to your user. For example, if you are making one consumer goods, for example, you take a mobile phone. If you want to design a mobile phone, you have to listen to your user, those who use your mobile phone. What are the things they are expecting? So 30 years before, mobile phones were used only for two purposes. One for speaking, another one for texting the message. Now it comes with multiple purpose, right? multiple purpose. All the mobile phones are coming with multiple purpose. I need not explain what are the futures of the current smartphones, right? So we have to listen to the end users who uses your product. And third one, marketing strategy. So how to sell that? See, for example, Samsung has different strategy. iPhone has different marketing strategy. Oppo has different marketing strategy, right? So you have to study the market, right? Then comes funding. Who will fund your startup? Then again, you have to look back and to the your future plans. So when you have these 5 things in your mind, like a 5 fingers in a hand, when it joins, it has a more power. So these are the 5 ways you can convert your prototype into a startup. So that is the main thing in our, IIC, right? Institution Interaction Cell. So what are the different process, right, for startup product development? So how to make your prototype into a product development? So here you have 6 different process stages. Number 1, you can attend various workshops and ideathon, right? By MHRD or UGC or your IIC, right? You can attend many workshops and ideathon. Then you can make your design of the product. Then you can go for product development. Then you can go for MVP development and launch. Then you can go for digital transformation. Finally, support and mainnet. So these 6 things are very important process for starting up your product development from the prototype model. Okay. So here I will give you some 10 marketing strategies for your product launch. So you have done a prototype and it is made and you want to sell your product, and there are so many methods and strategies. Here I am giving you some 10 strategies. Number 1, organize a pre-launch giveaway. You might have this kind of strategy in many places, especially in your YouTubes. Any new product comes or it is launched. So pre-launch giveaway, before coming into market, they will go with pre-launch giveaway that they will organize. And you can increase your organic visibility. For example, by using artificial intelligence, right? So for example, if you are searching something in Flipkart or Amazon, and you close the browser, when you go to click google.com or somewhere, so whatever the item which you searched in Flipkart or Amazon, that will follow you. So that is called visibility, right? And you should have shareable content in terms of pamphlet or flyer or brochure, right? And 4th point, you have to take a chance with remarketing. If your marketing is not done properly, then you have to go with remarketing ideas. And you have to create a recommendation system. For example, someone is using your product, he has to recommend your product to others. Might be friends, relatives, or neighbors, or family members, right? So you have to create a recommendation system. Then it is very important, you have to optimize your website speed. That's very, very important, right? Then you have to establish relations with influencers. That's very important, right? So you have to maintain or establish the relationship with your influencers. And most of the time you would have noticed some advertisements are coming in YouTube, right? Some YouTubers or bloggers, they are called influencers. So that good connect you have to establish, and you have to launch your product for marketing. And the last, before third, take care of your customer service. That is very, very important. After sales, customer service. And FAQ, frequently asked questions. So that is also very important, right? So the last one, don't forget about email or media marketing. So I will take another 2 minutes. I will wind up the session. So these are the different 10 marketing strategies. And these are the 10 ways of getting fund for your converting your prototype into startup. So this is a website called mic.gov.in, Institutions Innovation Cell or Council. So this is available in your institute, and you can approach the mentor or ambassador of IIC, that is, from a Ministry of HRD initiative. So you can join collaboration with the MHRD Innovation Cell, Government of India, and you can start your company by registering under Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Okay. So when you click this hyperlink, it will go to mca.gov.in website, where you can start up your company, either private limited company, one person company, or LLP, right? Limited liability partnership company. Okay. Now, so I come to the end of the discussion. Building up a successful startup is not easy. It requires a lot of hard work and iterations. With a great idea, determination, user feedback, and constant ideations and iterations, you will be in the right track to become the next successful entrepreneur. So thank you very much. Wish you all the very best. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. So if you have any doubt, you can always connect with me. This is my contact details.
Do you have any questions? Please ask, sir.
Yes,
Students.
I'm happy to answer all your questions.
Do you have any questions? Please ask, sir. Sir.
Can you please introduce yourself? I think your voice is not clear, sir.
To request our Miss Amrita ma'am, and I'm the assistant professor of electrical engineering. I would like to
Thank you, Dr. Palpandia, sir, for your
Miss or ma'am, for the vote of.
Thank you, Rudra, sir. Thank you, Dr. Palpandia, sir, for your wonderful informative session. I, Amrita Dhar, convener of IIC, on behalf of Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management, I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Professor Dr. Palpandian P, who spared time from his busiest schedule to grace the occasion. Today, we had opportunity to hear you, sir, and this will surely benefit us in our future work. I am immensely thankful to our principal, ma'am, Professor Dr. Mohua Dash. Ma'am always encourage us to organize such events. Thank you, Register Sir, Saurabh Chatterjee Sir, for always supporting us. I would like to thank you, all the members of IIC and Electrical Engineering Department, for all their hard work for making this event successful. Lastly, I would like to thank all the participants, my beloved students. Thank you all. That's all from today's session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for giving me an opportunity.
Ma'am, always. Okay, that's all from today's event. I request host Shantanu sir, please end the session.